It's a thriving Thursday. It is a thriving Thursday. Jennifer Young Agency is coming to you yet again on this beautiful Thursday, and we are highlighting nonprofit organizations. I am excited to welcome Murtice Tucker. Murtice, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I know you have been following Jennifer Yan Agency. You've showed up at one of our cover reveals. This is our second time actually talking about the foundation in which you have faithfully been dedicated to for a couple years now.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. We've been in operation since April of 2017
Okay.
when we were granted green light by the IRS.
Okay. So on Thursdays for the month of May, we are highlighting nonprofit organizations. Why? Because we need nonprofits in order to be able to thrive in our communities. We need the assistance of nonprofits, and what the nonprofits do based off of their target audience is so important. So we wanted to give you a little bit of different organizations that help specific needs throughout the community. This Thursday, we're talking with Murtice. Murtice is with the Naval Warrior Foundation. A little bit about the foundation itself, Murtice. Could you tell us a little bit about the mission and what your organization really stands for?
Absolutely. So as a veteran and a Marine officer, this is something that's very close to the heart of myself and some other colleagues that I work very closely with to run the organization and, quite frankly, establish it, during the early days. What we do is we're focused on helping special operations veterans and their family members transition from military service to the workforce in the outside world. Okay, we have various programs in place that enable that and empower people to give them that good step forward. Very good group of people, very great family support that's been with these people throughout the years. And, we really just want to give them the absolute best when they take that next step in life. In addition to that, we also work with all veterans with some programs that we have within the technology space that allows for certification and training within the Google Cloud architecture space.
Okay. So let me first say thank you for serving. Okay. I think that is one of the number one things. And then also thank you for being a part of an organization that assists others in transition that has served for our country. When you think about the veterans that you do service, what would you say some of their greatest needs are that your organization fulfills for them?
Well, given the caliber of people we deal with, okay, when we look at the military as a whole, that's already a very select group of great people with the most tremendous quality of character and devotion. When you get beyond that and will it down, and you start dealing with people who worked in the special operations world, okay, you kind of refine that even more. And now you're dealing with the creme de la creme, as they would say in French, So when you deal with those kind of people, you really have to be the best to serve the best. I've served alongside these guys, as a teammate, and I understand the dedication and devotion it takes just to earn your keep within that world every day. Now, when we talk about that, we talk about a group of brilliant, smart people, many of which who are college educated, have MBAs and et cetera. So they really don't need much of a push or some building blocks or, baby steps to say, okay, here's what you need to do. They kind of just need to be giving a direction and some good guidance in order to say, okay, that's it. That's the lane I'm going to take, and I'm going to take it all the way. And that's what we do. We facilitate the pathway for them to move forward successfully in a very prosperous way into a career field that will take care of them and their families for many, many years to come. And it also contributes amazingly back to the workforce. To give you a little nugget, we're in talks with a major airline, to develop a program that will kind of address the pilot shortage that the airlines are facing right now.
Okay.
through some work that we're going to do with these guys and, also them. So there'll be more in the works to come about that as we move forward.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How can a person help you do what you're doing for other veterans?
Well, there's plenty of ways, okay, to help. All right. Obviously, anybody can donate. Anybody can, provide $1. That's always helpful. That's always needed in order to run programs and push things forward. But in addition to that, there's also other ways to help. There's involvement. For example, we're setting up a food drive here locally very soon to, kind of help the veteran population overall that's been affected by this unfortunate pandemic we're all experiencing. So in that respect, we could use volunteers. Okay. We can use good people to help with events like that. In addition to that, there's plenty of great business acumen in this community and outside of this community. So anybody who has a significant amount of C-level experience, and be it banking, engineering, or what have you, it doesn't really matter. We would like to get them on board with us as executive coaches. And what that means is anybody that we help, be it the service member or that person's family or whatnot, that is one of the critical components that we link them up with, in addition to the services we provide. So not only are we providing services to you to help you through the programs you're getting through, but we also give you, a great mentor with a tremendous amount of experience to help guide you and comfort you along the way and let you know, all right, you're entering this industry, you're entering this particular space of business. Here's what to expect from the day-to-day and moving forward. So we can always use great people like that. We have an entire Rolodex full of them, but you know what? You can never have too many.
Right. So if you're watching, it is Thriving Thursday. We're talking with Murtice Tucker. Murtice is with the Naval Warriors Foundation. We're talking on how you can help this foundation as far as assisting other veterans reach their goals, as well as just what their organization does. Now, let me ask you something. We've said a lot, and we've said community. How far does the organization reach? Is there any specific areas that the organization is stronger than others?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. So when we talk about reach, we truly have national reach. I've worked with veterans, locally and as far away as Hawaii and everything else in between. So our reach is national because, look, these people are geographically dispersed,
Right.
and the way we build our programs is to fit that. So wherever somebody is, simply they reach out, we jump in, and we start making things happen wherever they are. The same way we would in the real world conducting, a real world operation.
Yes, I like that. It sounds like you all are very strategic and you really have looked at how you can assist others. You said something very strong. You said you got to be the best to help the best. So
Absolutely.
Yes. So I can really appreciate that just from my background on working with entrepreneurs and wanting to make sure their goals are met. It seems that you're doing the same thing for ones that have served us.
Yes, most certainly. And one of the things that kind of made us, have a light bulb back when we started to do this was because this whole transition thing, it affects a lot of different aspects in the lives of these people and their families because it's a complete life shift. And that life shift sometimes comes with a little bit of, turmoil, to say the least. And I like to use the example of, the gentleman who participated instrumentally within the raid that took down Osama bin Laden. So when that first happened, that man was like hero of the decade, hero of the year. He could walk in any bar and never pay for a drink. But from years and years of doing that kind of work, it kind of has a toll on your body. And he kind of hit that point and said, okay, I'm not taking a desk job. I really love this kind of life. It's time for me to leave just short of, guess what? Retirement. To which the Navy at the time said, well, you know what? We'll line you up with a job driving a beer truck where you're from up in Milwaukee or wherever. Making $50,000 a year. The man had a family. He was used to making so much more, and that just wasn't going to cut it. And plus, to go from doing great and wonderful amazing things that are just mind blowing to, making say the least, beer runs in a beer truck. Okay.
Right.
For way less income, that just wasn't going to cut it. And that's something that happens time and time again to all these people. There's tremendous amount of talent, a tremendous amount of leadership acumen that's out there that just simply needs to be tapped into and translated properly for the person who makes the hiring decision within the organization.
Okay. So if a person is watching and they're sitting home, they're served in the Navy, where is there any requirement where they have served before, or have they had to serve for a period of time to be able to utilize your services?
Right. So our educational programs through Florida Tech, University of Jacksonville, and some others, okay, that's open to all veterans, regardless of, Army, Navy, length of service, whatever, okay? Our technology programs, they're open to all veterans as well, okay, irregardless of, service in different branches or tenure. The only thing we look for, number one, is that, A, you served honorably, okay? And two, you have the acumen for those programs, okay? Because there's a lot of resources behind that are funded by big companies, and nobody has any time to squander that on somebody who's just not going to actually grab the bull by the horns and put it to use.
They got to be ready. They got to be ready to make change and motivated for themselves to
right.
Succeed.
Yes, certainly. Now with the hands-on programs that we have, okay, that are more direct, those are for special operations veterans and their families, irregardless of service or what have you. So you have guys who serve in special operations in the Air Force, in the Army, whatever that is, to include the enablers. And what that means is, sometimes in these special operating forces, you'll have people who, work intelligence, and stuff like that as analysts. They're open to those hands-on programs as well.
Okay. What would be the first thing they need to do just to see if they qualify? What is that intake process looks like?
Sure. So the first step, beyond all others, okay, they go to our website, navalwarriors.org, and there's a tab on there that says seeking assistance. Okay. They simply fill out all their information on there. Okay. Click send. It goes over to the staff. They're vetted, and then immediately somebody will get in contact with them to discuss next steps.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about your role. What do you specifically do with the organization outside of give amazing interviews and inform all of us of how to be involved?
Right. So in my role, I'm seriously focused on management and governance of the organization. So just like any other CEO, that's what I do. I run everything on the back end of the business side to make sure everything is smoothly, interface with the board of directors so they know what's going on and any big muscle movements that we have. And then, of course, be the forward face of the organization publicly in forums like this to inform the public and our supporters of the great work we do for the people who absolutely deserve our uttermost best. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of what I do. If people really want to get involved, by all means, Facebook is a great thing. I know plenty of people who sometimes spend too much time on there, if you know what I mean, during the day. But, click like and follow along. They'll get to see all the different programs we offer, events, and different things like that really will allow them to be in touch with the pulse of what we do regularly.
That is awesome. So you mentioned events. Are there any events coming up now? Is there anything that people should be saving the date for?
Yes. So again, if you go to the website, navalwarriors.org, you can go on there and there's a tab that says, get involved. Okay. You can go on there and become a volunteer and put down what you're looking to volunteer for. A, do I want to be an executive coach? B, do I want to, volunteer at an upcoming event or what have you? And that will allow us to get their information and get in contact with that individual. Now, to answer your question directly, yes, we do have an upcoming event very soon here locally at the Florida Mall, and that will be the food drive. that we're
Okay.
doing the entire veteran community, not just, special operations guys, but everybody who is in need. So we'll be collecting, canned goods and what have you, okay, to help people who really, really need it right now, because there's a lot of hurt out there, and we want to do our part to address that problem as well. So if
Awesome.
somebody's interested in getting involved in that, by all means, go on the website, sign up to become a volunteer, and we'll have a conversation about what happens next.
So it is Thriving Thursday, and we're live. We're talking with Murtice Tucker. Murtice is with the Naval Warriors Foundation. He's planted locally where I am in Orlando, Florida, if you are watching. So the food drive that he just spoke of that's coming up will be at the Florida Mall here in Orlando, Florida. What date is that scheduled for?
Well, right now, we're working very closely with the mall to finalize those details. But what we're looking at tentatively, okay, and I do say tentatively, all right, is next weekend. Okay, that's what we're all striving for. So I'm going back and forth with their executive staff and business development people and so forth to make that happen.
Okay, so the best way to get involved, the best way to stay connected is to go directly to their website and look around, visit them, support them, share this live. I know everyone knows someone that has served our country and that use a little extra boost, or someone that has the passion and desire to help someone else reach their goals and could be considered a volunteer for this amazing foundation. Murtice, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to tell us about the foundation that you feel our audience needs to know about?
Certainly, if I may add within regard to the food drive, okay? If they go to Facebook, follow us there and click like, there'll be information on the exact date, time, and place when that goes down at the mall. So that's the best way to stay informed with that, would be to go to Facebook and follow us there so they can, know exactly when that food drive will take place next week.
And what is your Facebook page?
Naval Warrior Foundation.
Okay, so if you're watching, stop what you're doing. Go ahead to Naval Warriors Foundation, click the like button so you can get all of the information when it is shared. The website is also at the bottom of the screen. We love at Jennifer Yon Agency to support nonprofits, especially ones that do so much to support our community. Number one, you can always donate. Is the donating options available on your website, Murtice?
Yes, it's on the website, as well as if they look at any of the posts on Facebook, there's information at the bottom. If somebody wants to donate, they can either go to the website, or they can text Team NWF to 41444, and they'll be able to donate that way as well.
Okay, let me go ahead and put that actually on the screen. So if they need to donate through text, they can push where?
They can text Team NWF altogether to 41. Yes, Team NWF to 41444.
Okay, so you can donate via text to text Team. You said NWF?
Yes, Team NWF to 41444, or they can quite simply just go on the website and there's a link to donate there as well.
Okay, awesome. So that is also going to be running across the bottom of the screen, how you can donate via text. Hey, we do so much with technology now. You can Cash App donations, you can text donations. Yes. You can go directly to the website. The website has been running across the screen this whole live. Please share this video, tag your veterans that you know could utilize assistance. And stay connected with Jennifer Yon Agency by liking us on Facebook as well. Also, be sure to subscribe to our Facebook channel and our YouTube channel and our Instagram. So Murtice, I always like to end on like an amazing story and a great note, especially when we're talking with nonprofits. Could you share with us maybe a story that has touched your heart of someone that you know was helped throughout the organization?
Yeah, I mean, there's several stories we have. There's more than quite a few that I could tell right now that would make a grown man cry. You know,
I want you to cry right now. We don't want you to cry.
Yeah, but we've done tremendous things. What I can say without getting too personal, okay. with people's business, is that we helped a couple, okay, that are married actually, veteran couple, succeed in moving forward with their MBA program. One of them, okay, and the other landing his dream job in law enforcement.
Okay. So success stories are out there. There is life after serving, and there is support for you to reach out to if you need assistance and knowing what your next step is. This is Thriving Thursday with Jennifer Young Agency. It's always a pleasure to share organizations, motivation to you to brighten up your day, as well as to give you a GPS on who you may want to support in these next couple of months. Supporting to nonprofits is one thing that is a tax credit. So if you're a business owner, I encourage you to pick a nonprofit that you support for whatever reason you find it in your heart, and be consistent with helping them reach their goals, because consistency is what's going to make a big difference here. And I know that you definitely agree with me when I say that, Murtice, of being consistent.
Absolutely. That's definitely a hallmark of strong character.
Yes. So it is Thriving Thursday. We're going to close out this Thursday. We're going to allow our special guest to close us out, to give us something that's going to just like make us smile or make us cry. So you have the floor, Murtice. Again, I want to thank you for coming, and I am turning it over to you so you can give us a closing.
Sure. So I can tell a personal story that involves me.
Yeah.
The stuff that we do is very mind-blowing to some people. Guys swimming around, jumping out of planes and rappelling, off of the side of tall buildings and so forth. It's kind of mind-blowing stuff to a lot of people. But a lot of the stuff you do in between, the conditioning, as far as physical activity and so forth. I can tell you there was a time, when I had more than my load to carry, and there was this hill we would jokingly call Heart Attack Hill, because it would basically go like this, So going up that thing, yes, I had a moment in my mind where I was like, oh, wow, I really don't feel like doing this right now. I don't know if I can, keep it going, but I knew I had to do it. I looked around me. I saw everybody else was suffering and putting out, and I saw how they were depending on me to do the same. And that was the end of that in my mind, and it was complete focus and sheer will that had that task completed. So what seemed impossible was completely possible.
Yes.
Through focus and sheer will.
And I love it. On Thriving Thursday, what seems impossible is possible. Connect with the right organizations, get the right people on your team. Teamwork always makes the dream work. It is Thriving Thursday, and we are going to say goodbye. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to share this video, tag a friend, and subscribe to Jennifer Young Agency IBA Success on YouTube. And don't forget to visit navalwarriors.org. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and Murtice for joining us. Have a great Thursday.
Thank you. Same to you, Jennifer.
Yes.